I mean, with Christian, Arsenal looked very good today. Sorry. 4-0. Could have been more. Pretty comfortable in the end, yeah?
Comfortable, man. I said it at the start of the stream that these players should be buzzing. If you can go away and beat Real Madrid and knock them out of the Champions League, any game that comes your way soon after that, you should be buzzing for. You should be 100% confident for. And it was a strong team. It wasn't like we rotated and brought in players that weren't involved in the Real Madrid game. Most of these players played against Real Madrid. And we saw it. I thought from the first minute we were on it today. Weirdly, we were almost better against 11 men than when they went down to 10. I thought after they went down to 10, which was I think 32nd minute, they kind of sat back a bit more. We kind of
they pretty much put everyone behind the ball to avoid embarrassment, I would imagine.
But comfortable performance. I thought we were very good. Annoying that we haven't seen that consistently enough in the Premier League this season. There has been problems. There has been injuries, but there's been too many games, especially away from home, that we've kind of probed and not had that extra quality just to get over the line. But yeah, it was good today.
Who's your standout performance today?
For me, probably Trossard. Just popping up and getting 2 goals. Wow, that threw me off. That was your voice I just heard from outside there. Weird. That was so weird. Probably Trossard. I'd probably go Trossard man of the match. I think to come in, get 2 goals. I thought he played well. I thought Saka did well in the first half, apart from his finishing. I think
he could have had a goal.
Could have had 2, maybe 3 goals, especially the one where he was clean through and he just missed the target. I think Odegaard deserves a little bit of credit. It was better from him. And I said this as well on the stream. Like, my problem with Odegaard, especially this season, has never been him attempting and taking risks and it not coming off. Yeah. If he shoots and he misses the target, I'll never get on his back. If he tries a through ball but it doesn't quite work, I'll never get on his back. But what we've seen from Odegaard, especially over the past few months, is him not trying it, is him taking the easy option, getting the ball and turning back, getting the ball and playing it safe, taking the higher percentage options rather than the lower percentage chances that are less likely to come off and more high risk. For example, the Declan Rice free kick, the higher percentage play in that situation, and this is the reason that our set piece coach is saying cross it, is because it is a higher percentage play than taking a shot from there. Yeah. Odegaard is saying, cross it, don't take a shot. Declan Rice forgets that noise and says, I'm going to take a shot. What happens? He scores.
Odegaard, so it's a mindset thing, you think?
It's a mindset thing, but it is coached and it is a high percentage thing. A lot of the time, taking a shot from outside the box isn't necessarily the best option. But sometimes you have to mix it up and you have to shoot. And we saw it in the second half. He got into his left foot, he took a shot. All right, he didn't score, but he hit the post and it was a good effort. And I just want to see him get that confidence back because Turkish said it in his fan cam. There were moments in his Arsenal career where he was doing that. Yeah. West Ham away from home when he, put the team on his back and we came back from 3-0 down. Spurs, I remember away from home, he took a shot, he scored bottom corner. I think we won that 2-0. There have been times, there was a goal in the Europa League where he just smashed it from outside the box and he went through the keeper and he scored. He has that quality to score goals and score amazing goals from outside the box. And these are the goals that you remember. We were talking, I know we're going back, we were talking about some of the midfielders we've had and some of the memorable moments, like Riziki away against Spurs. I think it was, in the first 10 minutes where it came back and he hit it and we won that game 1-0. Like, these are memorable goals that you can score that create amazing moments. And I want to see that more from Odegaard because he has the quality to do it. Just needs the confidence and the belief in himself sometimes. Like, he cut in so much on his left foot today. It was cut in. And then he's trying to find a little intricate pass. If you cut in 6-7 times a game, hit it at least 2 or 3 times and something might happen.
No, I agree. And he sees a lot of the ball and he's a very good technical player. So I 100% agree with you. And I do think his confidence. One player today that his confidence has risen exponentially in recent weeks and he scored again today. I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on him. Martinelli, I thought he looked good today.
A lot of people were quick to jump on his back. And I was, one of the people that said his performances obviously haven't been good enough. But I always had belief in Martinelli just because of the levels that we've seen him at. He scored 15 goals in the league a couple of years ago. Last season, he struggled with injuries, didn't quite get back to his level. And this season, until a couple of weeks ago, until against Fulham when he cooked Castagna, it was almost like that one moment of beating Castagna like that was like, oh, I can still do this. I'm still this player. And then, the performances against Madrid, the performance today, we're starting to see Martinelli back to the level that he was. And I love that. And I believe that he could get back to that level. People saying sell him. I've hoped and believed that he could get back to that level, and we're now seeing it. And his goal today, it wasn't necessarily him in his goal, but I thought his goal was the best goal. From Trossard on the right, lovely touch, flicking it over the defender. Saka, that pace to then, just beat the defender like he wasn't even there. The cutback, and then Merino, I think Merino's trying to shoot.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I mean, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. I think he meant that. And
I think just with the force that he's tried with the flick, I think he's trying to score.
Okay.
But look, everything Merino's doing is ending in absolute gold.
Absolutely.
If he's trying to shoot or he's trying to pass, whatever, it's still a brilliant assist. Yeah. And Martinelli with an easy finish. So yeah, big up Gabby for his determination and belief that he can still get back into this team when the noise has been so loud around him. And yeah, good team performance.
Yeah, very good team performance. 4 goals, no goals conceded. But yet, one of the talking points of this game will be the 32nd minute. You mentioned it earlier. Let's talk about it. That challenge by Leif Davis on Saka, which we all jumped up. We were all worried seeing him go down on the floor like that. When you watch the replay back, you realise just how bad a tackle that was. Now, what's your take on it?
I think I was the only one on the panel that when I first saw it, I said it wasn't a red. The first angle that I saw, it looked like he's kind of just scraped down the back of his ankle. It's obviously not a great challenge. It's a terrible challenge. But I was like, nah, it's not a red. But then there's another angle where it's a bit more on the side and it looks like it could be a very dangerous challenge. I don't know. I think it's on the verge of a red or maybe just a red. It's not a great challenge. I'm glad we're seeing red cards for that. My problem then is inconsistency. Like, if you look at Tarkowski a couple of weeks ago against Liverpool, that's a way worse challenge than what we saw today. He didn't get sent
You
off.
think so?
I think there's a worse challenge. For me, that was a leg-breaking challenge.
I'm not sure if it's way worse, and I'll tell you why. Because with Tarkowski, there was a reasonable expectation that he might get the ball, right? Now, he definitely followed through with intent, so I do think he should have gone. But the one today, what upset me about that challenge, that the ball had clearly gone.
Yeah. The
ball had clearly gone, and you can see the look of intent on his face when he makes that challenge. Well, I say challenge, it's more of an assault. He raked him, as simple as that. The ball had gone, and for me, there was a lot of intent there. So for me, that was just as bad, if not worse, than Tarkovsky's.
Fair enough. Yeah, I can't really argue. Comes down to opinion again.
Yeah, I mean, these things are subjective. Maybe 100%. I'm a little bit biased because it's an Arsenal player. I get that. But for me, the ball had clearly gone. He's seen an opportunity to go through on him, and he's done it. And I thought that was really poor.
Yeah. What I'm more annoyed about, and I said this on the stream as well, and this has been my criticism of Arteta for a long time, take him off. He's obviously not 100% after that challenge. He's limping on his right foot.
Missed a couple of opportunities.
But just get him off the pitch. We're 2-0 up. They've gone down to 10 men. The game's essentially won. All right, cool. If you leave him on till half time, and because it's 10 minutes till half time, and then you have a chat, how you feeling? He's obviously not 100%. And even if he says, I want to play on, we're 2-0 up and they're down to 10 men. Put Ethan on the right. I wouldn't even have started Saka today because I feel like he's the one player we've got to protect. Yeah. And if Saka gets injured, if Saka's not available for PSG and potentially a Champions League final, the belief as an Arsenal fan and now a fan base just drops right down. He's the one player, him and Saliba, I think are the 2 players that are just irreplaceable. There are other players, Rice, Partey, obviously he's missing the first leg anyway. But for me, Bukayo Saka, if anything happens to him, it's looking like bad news. So as soon as he gets hurt, as soon as anything happens to him and he's not 100%, just get him off the pitch. Yeah. I don't understand why you're keeping him on. And that's been a problem with Arteta for a long time, playing him in unnecessary games, unnecessary minutes. I get you want players to get on the score sheet and build confidence and get better and better and better. And the way you do that is by playing. Yeah. But he plays enough minutes anyway. Yeah. It's not like he's
I hear what you're saying. You make some very valid points. However, I would say, looking at it from the manager's point of view, I would imagine he's looking at it like, well, listen, he's missed 3 to 4 months, right? He's just coming back. Obviously, he's not quite at the levels yet. So to give him minutes, it will be beneficial, especially if he's one of our go-to players against PSG, which isn't very long away, by the way.
Yeah, 9 days.
So I perfectly understand the rationale behind starting him today. I do. But like you said, I think once he's taken that knock, you don't take no more risk, man. You get him off. And listen, you've got able replacements on the bench. I mean, Wanyeri came on, looked good, scored, which is good for the team and good for Arsenal. So, yeah, I do agree with that. That being said, though, what do you think the manager will do against Crystal Palace? Do you think Saka will feature? I mean, it's interesting that initially they applied ice to the injury, but I noticed towards the end of the game, the ice came off and he was walking freely and he seemed to be smiling. So hopefully, I'm hoping that's okay. But yeah, what would you do in terms of Saka for the game against Palace?
Well, I mean, if first of all, if it needed to be iced, how can he play on? It happened in the 32nd minute, and then when he comes off in the 58th, 60th minute, he's putting ice on it. Yeah. Surely
is that precautionary
straight away?
No, what I'm saying is,
but even if it's precautionary, he's obviously got pain. There's something obviously not 100% with his ankle. Yeah. Bring him off in the 32nd minute and ice it. But this is Arteta, man. Like he does do weird things like this, which have been a criticism. But yeah, in terms of Palace, I wouldn't start Saka now. I would have done it the other way around. I wouldn't have started him today. I would have started him against Palace. But now it's looking like he's starting today and he's not probably going to start against Palace if he's not 100%. Start Ethan in that game. Rest him, maybe bring him on second half or last 30. Because that's going to be then 6 days away from PSG. So we don't need anyone getting hurt that day. Yeah, just get through that game, no injuries. Because all eyes are on PSG, man. That's the big one.
Butler Day came on today, first time I've seen him anyway. I don't know if you've seen him prior to this. Certainly not in the first team, but good to get a look at him.
Yeah.
Come on now, the good effort. Forced a good save from the keeper.
Yeah, he did. Not too much to say on him. He didn't really touch the ball. A couple nice touches.
But nice for him to get some minutes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
When we can rotate as well, which again has been a criticism. I love Arteta. I'm not trying to criticise too much, but there has been times where he could have given other players a chance, more minutes. We saw Butler Odeji today, so yeah, man, it was nice.
Yeah, it's a positive. And just very quickly, PSG, I've not had a chance to speak to you about this yet. PSG in semi-final, Champions League, first leg at Arsenal. How do you think we match up against them?
I'm more confident about knocking out PSG than I was Real Madrid. Played them already this season. I know they weren't the same PSG. They didn't have Dembele, no Kvaratskhelia. And they've obviously gelled and got better as a team. But we have beaten them. So
you think that's a psychological advantage?
100% it will be. It's like in boxing. If you've beaten someone before, you have that psychological edge to beat them again, or tennis or any sport. Yeah. If you've come up against this team and these players and this manager before, especially this season already, you will have that confidence, which is obviously is an advantage for us. But they're a different team. They're a very, very good team. We saw them destroy, I don't want to say destroy Liverpool, because Liverpool actually beat them in the first leg. But they were by far the better team. They went to Anfield, knocked Liverpool out. And Liverpool have been a better team than us this season. Yeah. So they will be thinking, psychologically, if we can go to the team that's top of their league and knock them out, then we can beat the team that's second. So,
and of course, they put Aston Villa out.
Exactly, yeah. So. But show weaknesses against Villa. They conceded 3 goals when they didn't need to. They went 2-0 up in the second leg, 4-1 on aggregate. All of a sudden, it was back to... No, it was 5-1 on aggregate. All of a sudden, it's back to 5-4. Yeah. Asensio was then clean through, could have been 5-5. They show frailties, man. They could have been, in a worse position.
They can be touched.
They can be. So we've got to be confident. If you can go away to the Bernabeu and beat Real Madrid, you can beat anyone. It could be our year.
That's a nice way in which to end it. Thanks, Christian.